Without your support, a world without type 1 diabetes is only a dream, and it's impossible to think that life will get better for generations to come. Because we know progress is uncertain. It's why we refuse to believe the struggle will eventually fade away. Relieving the constant counting, testing, and injecting is beyond our control, because life-changing discoveries are not our destiny. But your donation can change our destiny, because life-changing discoveries are not beyond our control. Relieving the constant counting, testing, and injecting, the struggle will eventually fade away. It's why we refuse to believe progress is uncertain, because we know, for generations to come, life will get better. And it's impossible to think that a world without type 1 diabetes is only a dream. Together, we can turn type 1 into type none. Join us now at jdrf.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for all of your attention during the live auction, but I'd really, really love it if you could just for a moment stay with us now, because that's really why we're here this Mother's Day weekend, to turn type 1 into type none. You like that? Now we're going to move on to the Fund a Cure segment of the evening. But before we start bidding, we're going to hear from Jen Poston, who will provide us with a mom's perspective on type 1 diabetes. Come on up here, Jen. Listen to how quiet everybody is for you. Doesn't that sound good? By the way, Red Hot is right on. Mama.
Good evening. A year and a half ago, I was brought to my knees in the eerie, silent hallways of Children's Hospital. Our 6-year-old son, Parker, had been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, or T1D. On my knees, I sobbed for what seemed an eternity. Parker had lost 11 pounds since his wellness appointment 3 months earlier, and he had blurred vision in one eye. In August, he complained about numbness in his fingertips and his toes. By September, he was fighting a cold and he was having many mood swings. 1 minute, he was hyper and cheerful, and then abruptly, he became exhausted, laying on the floor, crying for no apparent reason. Parker was now wetting the bed regularly. None of these symptoms were related to eosinophilic esophagitis, an autoimmune disease he had been diagnosed with at age 5. My husband RJ and I suspected something was off, so we Googled his symptoms. We were confused, scared, and worried when we saw the potential diagnosis. We took Parker in the next day to rule out type 1. A urine sample was analyzed, and the pediatrician gravely announced, "We're in trouble." Parker's blood glucose level hit 698. We were informed that this is dangerously high, and he needed to be admitted to the hospital right away. My husband walked to the window, and he began to sob. Those 5 hospital days were the longest of my life. Little to no sleep, diabetes classes, counting carbs, measuring insulin, and injecting our child with a needle that caused him to scream and scream and scream. T1D is an overwhelming disease impacting every part of your life, and it took a drastic toll on our family. We were sleep deprived, getting up every 2 hours to test his blood, terrified that his blood sugars would go low and he would slip into a diabetic coma, counting every carb we put into his body, insulin injections, finger sticks. Our whole lives changed instantaneously. My 4-year-old daughter, Madison, started to play the role of Parker's little nurse. She was always concerned about his number, what he could eat, how he felt, running to our diabetes fridge for an apple juice for his lows, even wanting to hold his hand often while he cried. Madison became so focused on her big brother's disease that she started incorporating it in every aspect of her young life. When she played with her Barbie dolls, each one had type 1 diabetes. She thought about type T1D endlessly, to the point that as she blew out the candles on her birthday cake, she had but one wish. She wished that she, too, would be diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. 14 months later, I found myself back in the pediatrician's office with Parker, Madison, and our new baby, Mackenzie, waiting for a blood sugar reading. This time, it was not Parker's blood being analyzed. After extreme thirst and other symptoms, Madison was now being tested. The longest 30 seconds of my life ended with my world crushing in on itself. Once again. My little girl's birthday wish had come true. Madison had type 1 diabetes. She and Parker hugged each other and were jumping for joy, innocently. Parker relieved that he was no longer the only one with this disease, while Madison shouted, "We are twins, Bubba!" The initial joy of this quickly wore off as my 4-year-old entered the ruthless world of living with a disease that daily threatens her life. A world of insulin injections, finger sticks, anxiety over dangerous high blood sugars, and the overwhelming fear of her blood sugar going low and her slipping into a diabetic coma. As a mother, it is devastating to have your young child diagnosed with this unrelenting disease. To watch them struggle with it every day, to live with the fear that type 1 diabetes might take their lives or lead to catastrophic long-term complications. As a mother, it is hard enough to cope with your son's diagnosis. I can't fully express what it is like to then have your daughter diagnosed with this disease, especially when your little girl looks up to you and asks, "Mommy, is it my fault because I wished for it?" It is more than devastating, more than heartbreaking. It almost leaves you without hope. But it is hope that has brought me here tonight to share my story, a story of a mother who hopes that her third child, Mackenzie, is not diagnosed with this disease. Mackenzie, whose middle name is Hope. hope that research will result in better treatments for Parker and Madison to keep them healthy and safe, and hope for a cure for my children and the millions of others who live with this disease. On this Mother's Day weekend, it is with hope that I ask you to be as generous as possible, to reach a little deeper as we all seek to fund a cure for type 1 diabetes. Thank you.
Jen, hold on, stay right here. Can you believe she held herself together for all of that? Was that not amazing? And you guys were very well behaved during all that too. Nice and quiet, thank you. We've just been informed that we have a special announcement. So let me bring back up to the stage this year's family honoree, Violet Lair. Where's Violet? Violet, can you come on up here a second? Let me let Violet tell you what's going on here.
As we begin Fund a Cure this evening, we have a very special announcement. We have received a generous commitment from our California volunteer leader, Michelle Griffin, and her husband, Tom Parker. I would like to take a moment to read this message from them. Our son Cameron was diagnosed with T1D in 2007 when he was 9 years old. As many of you know firsthand, this diagnosis was both shocking and life-changing. Within 2 months of diagnosis, Cameron entered a clinical trial funded by Jdrf. He spent 2 weeks in the hospital for 2 summers, receiving a daily experimental infusion in the hopes of saving his remaining beta cells. The hospital mistakenly sent us a bill for $77,000 for the second 2-week treatment. We quickly did the math and realized that Jdrf had invested over $150,000 for our son to participate in this trial. This helped us understand how very expensive clinical research is. We believe that Jdrf is the only way our son is going to have the daily burden of this disease lifted from him. Our hope tonight is that every person in this room participates in whatever capacity they can to help us create a world without type 1 diabetes. For all brand new Fund a Cure donors, we are thrilled to match dollar for dollar your donations tonight. And for our wonderful returning Fund a Cure donors, we will match dollar for dollar any amount you give that exceeds the amount of your previous Fund a Cure gift. We view our donation to Jdrf as the best investment our family can make. And thank you for joining us in accelerating Jdrf's critical research efforts. In total, we are willing to match up to $150,000 to Fund a Cure. Thank you for your generosity this evening. Sincerely, Michelle Griffin and Tom Parker.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Congratulations. You did great. Thank you. All right, let's get Randy back up here. How about another big round of applause for these moms the night before Mother's Day? One red hot night, and here comes Randy. Let's fund the cure.
Wow, what an amazing exhibit of generosity, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them another great big round of applause. Thank you to Jen. Thank you to Violet. Thank you to Michelle and Tom. We just can't even express our thanks for that generosity. What a way to start the evening. $150,000 matching grant to kind of get us started tonight. So this is your opportunity tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody can participate in this next part of the evening, our Fund to Cure, the most important part of the evening. It's your opportunity to turn type 1 into type none. And here's how we're going to do that. As I call out a funding level, if you would like to contribute at that level, I would ask you to hold your bidder number up until I call off your number. Now, we're going to be bold in our first attempt tonight. I'm going to ask for $50,000. Is there anyone out there tonight that can contribute $50,000? If there is, I would ask you to raise your paddle up at this time, if you would. Right out here, number 105.
I have the Altman family right here, number 105. Thank you, Lisa and Steve.
$50,000 level, right back there, number 342. Thank you.
342. Mr. and Mrs. Wingler in the back, thank you.
Thank you. Also number 207 at the $50,000 level.
Mr. and Mrs. Kimmel, thank you so much.
Thank you. Please give them a big round of applause. Absolutely.
Wow.
$50,000 level. Is there anyone else out there? Please give them another great big round of applause. They deserve it. Thank you so much for your generosity. We appreciate that. From there, we're going to move to the $25,000 level tonight. If you can contribute $25,000 to turn type 1 into type none, please hold those numbers up right now if you would. I'm going to start right here, number 241.
241.
Thank you. Number 270. Oh, I'm sorry, Scott.
241 up front here.
Yep. 270. Also, number 189 at the $25,000 level. Anyone else?
Please excuse me, I wasn't able to get your names out, but thank you all very, very much.
You bet. Anyone else, $25,000 level? One more opportunity. Please give them another big round of applause. They deserve it.
I have Mr. and Mrs. Gregg over here. We're 189. Tell me the other numbers. Mr. and Mrs. Gregg, I heard at 189. Who do we have up front here? Just please, not to embarrass you in any way. Thank you. We'll move on.
All right. We'll move on then. From there, we'll go to the $20,000 level, ladies and gentlemen. If you can contribute $20,000 tonight, please hold those numbers up right now if you would. Please, I'm going to start right over here. Number 223. Also, number 224. Thank you very much, young lady.
That's the Lair family. Those are our honorees tonight.
I saw that. Absolutely. $20,000 level. Anyone else out there?
By the way, that was 11-year-old Shoshana holding up that sign. 20,000?
Yeah.
It's pretty good, little girl.
Earlier, she told me she was going to give $190 million, so she came a little bit down a little bit. But that's pretty good. Thank you, young lady. Absolutely. Give them another big round of applause at 20. Thank you, folks. We appreciate that. From there, we're going to move to our $10,000 level. If you can contribute $10,000 tonight, don't forget we have that $150,000 matching grant. That's like giving $2 for every dollar you give. So it's a great opportunity. Anyone who can contribute $10,000, please raise those paddles up right now if you would, please. I'm going to start right out here, number 182 at the $10,000 level.
Mr. and Mrs. Goodman right there. Thank you.
Anyone else? 207. Thank you very much.
Mr. and Mrs. Kimmel again.
Again, yes. Anyone else, $10,000 level? Please give them another big round of applause if you would, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate them so much. From there, we're going to go to the $5,000 level. If that's your level, please hold your number up if you would at this time. $5,000 level. I'm going to start right in the back of the room there, number 212. Also, number 282. At the $5,000 level. Number 301, thank you. Number 277, thank you very much. Number 114, thank you, sir. Number 263, thank you, young lady. We appreciate
Randy
it.
in the back, 218.
Also, number 278. And then way in the back of the room, Scott, thank you. Number 218, still at the $5,000 level. Anyone else? Give them another big round of applause. They deserve it, each and every one of them. They sure do.
And Randy, just got word that our gala chair, Debbie Kuntz, and her family called in, and they've pledged $10,000 to fund a cure.
Have
so
they
there's
really?
another $10,000.
We'll add them on the list. Thank you, Debbie. Well done. All right, now, see, where were we now? 2,500?
Yep. I just want to remind everybody that all new Fund a Cure gifts are going to be matched dollar for dollar, so your gift is going to be doubled. So if you put your card up last year and you're willing to donate just a little bit extra this year, that's going to be doubled as well.
Absolutely. We're at the $2,500 level. If you can contribute $2,500, hold those numbers up at this time if you would, ladies and gentlemen. If that's your number, I've got number 222 right over here. Number 312 at $2,500. Thank you. Also, number 251. That's number 117. Thank you. Also, 274. Thank you, sir. In the back of the room, 357 it is. Thank you so much at $2,500. Also, number 304 right there. Thank you. And 255. Thank you very, very much. $2,500 level. Anyone else? Another big round of applause, if you would, for them, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Good job.
Fantastic.
Dollar for dollar match, Scott. I remembered what you said. Dollar for dollar match up to $150,000. Great opportunity tonight. We're at the $1,000 level. If you can contribute $1,000, please hold those numbers up right now. I'm going to start on the right-hand side of the room with number 183. Also, number 176. Thank you, sir. Number 103 in the front. Thank you. 157. Also, number 250. 309, 180, thank you. Number 325, thank you, ma'am. Number 234, thank you, sir. Number 200, thank you.
Keep it going.
Number 275, keep those, you bet. Also, number 154, well done. Number 266, right in the back, thank you. 303. 228, thank you. 145, thank you, young lady. Number 203. Number 322, thank you, sir. 188, I gotcha, thank you. Number 204, thank you, ma'am. 220, it is, thank you, sir. Also, number 225. Number 147, thank you. Number 380. Also, number 315. And number 144, thank you very much, sir.
Wow.
$1,000 level. Oh, I've got two more over here, Scott. I'm not done yet.
332 and 372.
332 and 372, that's right. $1,000 level. Anyone else? Give them another big round of applause, folks. They deserve it. You guys are digging down. We're going to get to that 150,000. We're going to get there.
No doubt. No doubt we're going to get there.
Absolutely. All right, we're at $500. If that's your number, if that's the one you're comfortable with, hold those paddles up right now at the $500 level. I'm going to start right over here on the left-hand side this time. Number 129, number 127, thank you. Number 247, thank you. 159, thanks, I see ya. Number 193, number 243, thank you. Also number 140. Number 275, right in the front. Thank you very much. 399, 267. Thank you, sir. 297, 316. Yes, thank you. Number 106, number 137, number 246. Thank you very much. Number 175, and also number 107 at the $500 level. Is there anyone else out there very quickly? $500 level? Give them a big round of applause, folks. They deserve it. A lot of love in the room, Scott. A lot of generosity going on right here. Absolutely. Now we've got another level here. $250. If that's the one you like, if that's the one you're comfortable with, hold those paddles up right now. I'll start right over here. 186, thanks. 119, thank you. 208, 279, 185, 262, also number 121, thank you up here. 178, also number 335, 348,
Right.
179, also number 288 right back there. Very good. Anyone else? Oh, I got you right over here. 184. I'm not going to miss you. $250 level. Anyone else very quickly? Please give them all a great big round of applause, if you would, ladies and gentlemen.
Randy, we've gotten a chance to meet two really special moms this evening, Violet Lair and Jen Poston, who shared their stories about what life is like raising children with this disease. And on this Mother's Day weekend, if I could just ask the moms, if I could just get Violet and Jen to come up here for one more minute. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get one more round of applause for these two incredible mothers? And in this case, one incredible little sister.
I want to get these girls all right. You can come out with them. Yeah,
Go
your
ahead.
mom's really scared. I want you to come. This young lady right here gave me $190 million a little bit earlier in the evening. What do you think of that? I'm just teasing. We were having fun, though, weren't we? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have some very special moms. You know, we're only a day away from Mother's Day, and I appreciate so much all that you both had to say on the stage a little bit earlier, and I know everybody else in the audience did as well. We're only a day away from Mother's Day, and I couldn't help it. I know each and every one of you had to be doing the same thing, thinking about your mom and everything that moms do, and everything and how strong they always are in their soul and in their being, and the fact that you're really the ones that are on the front line experiencing all the pain that your kids and the challenges that you go through dealing with T1D. We appreciate that so much. And in honor of that, tonight what I would like to do right now is I would like to have one more opportunity for everybody in this room tonight to get involved. For everybody tonight to be able to throw their number in the air and say, yep, I want type 1 to be. You gonna be all right? Oh, I know. I want type 1 to be type none. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to have a $100 level in honor of not only these moms, but all the moms out there. It's going to be a $100 level, and here's the way that we're going to do that. We've got volunteers all the way around the room. What I want you to do is just hold your bidder number up right now. If you can give $100, and I don't care if even if you've given at higher levels, you can give again. Right now, I would like to see every number in this room come up. And what's going to happen is we're going to have volunteers come out in through the audience and just pick that number up from you rather than me read all the numbers up. So right now, I would like you to ask if you can give $100 tonight to make type 1, type none. Hold those numbers up if you would right now, if you would. I'd like to see every number in the room come up. Volunteers, feel free at this time to make your way. Look at all those numbers coming up. Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, moms. And thank you, young lady. I'll get your $190 million later. Keep those numbers up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much tonight for your generosity. Keep those numbers up. We've got volunteers coming through. They're working as quickly as they can to make it through the audience. I can't tell you, Scott, it's been such a pleasure working with you. I can't tell you how proud I am of everybody in this audience. Please give yourselves another big round of applause. Thank you so much for your attention and your generosity and the love that you've shown this evening. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Together, you have raised a lot of money.
That's right. And how about a big round of applause for our auctioneer, Randy, who came down for the first time this year. Randy, I'll tell you, this is my third year of emceeing this event, and this is by far and away the most successful live auction and fun to cure that I know I've seen in my 3 years. I want to thank everybody for your support tonight, and I'll remind you that checkout doesn't even open until 10 o'clock, which means the night is not over. So please welcome back to the stage right now, the Red Hot Band.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've enjoyed yourself, you've had fun. Now it's time to get up out of your seats. Feel free to get on the dance floor.